yesterday when the news came out about Adam Peters potentially going to Houston, easy dots to connect where, oh, boom, that's where Trey Lance is going to go, because Adam Peters probably really liked Trey Lance. Adam Peters was the one who was banging the table because Adam Peters is right about everything and he's the good guy. So that's where Trey Lance is going to go. But then the more I think about it, no one really in this organization has wrapped their arms around Trey Lance, verbally in any sort of way publicly since he's been here. And I keep going back to, why is he here? Whose bright idea was the Trey Lance project that no one really wanted to do once he got here? And I keep going back to his initial pro day. He had a pro day. This was during the pandemic. There was no combine. The Niners weren't there. They didn't have that third pick, but someone was there. Do you remember who it was? His name is in the ticker.
Give it away.
Yeah. Mike Shanahan was there. And I can't help but think that all of a sudden, after that happened, the Niners moved up. Then all the events took place. But there was confusion who they were going to take. Even in the organization, it seemed like people didn't know. Was it possible that Mike was like, hey, Kyle, this guy's great? And that was their secret. And eventually, Kyle and Mike made their pick. I'm starting to feel like that's my conspiracy theory here. What do you think?
I could see that, yeah, because the day that Lance had that initial pro day and Shanahan was out in North Dakota, Lynch and Peters were in Stanford watching Davis Mills pro day. And I noted that on Twitter. It's funny because after all the stuff started coming out yesterday, all of a sudden that tweet started getting retweeted by a bunch of people out in Houston. And so, yeah, I could see this. Mike Shanahan, I could see him liking Trey Lance. He was a big fan of Jay Cutler back in the day,
similar
type of stuff. So I could see him making a move for Trey Lance and wanting to go in that direction. Absolutely.
What was he doing at a pro day? He's in his 70s. He lives in Denver or whatever. He just happened to be in North Dakota. Like, what are you doing out there? I'm telling you, it feels like he's an unofficial member of the 49ers. And it must be weird to be John Lynch or Adam Peters or anyone in that organization to think you have made a decision and you think you know what you're going to do when you know at any given time Mike Shanahan could text his son and those two could make their own plan. And that's just what the direction you're going to go. It must be kind of weird. Like, is he on the team? Does he have an office in the organization? Have I heard that they like hold an office for him for when he's in town and he can, did I make that up? I got to check that one.
No, I don't think you're making it up. I'm pretty sure I've heard that.
I think he has a freaking office.
That he has an office that he comes in and he talks to the guys and all that kind of stuff, and he's watching film and
So he's not really accountable. Like he can give suggestions, but when it blows up, it's like, well, who do we fire? Can't fire Mike. He's not even on the team.
That's right. And say, when the stuff hits the fan, he's in Mexico in Cabo already, waiting for everybody else to show up.
Wasn't me. Hey, you shouldn't have listened to me. What are you talking about? I was just trying to help. Yeah.
He didn't have to take my advice.
That's scary, though. If Mike Shanahan was the reason this guy got drafted, then he has no allies anymore. There's no ally in Houston. There's no ally in Tennessee. There's no ally in Washington or New York or Miami. Like, it doesn't. Who likes Trey Lance? This is scary, man. The Niners really, really didn't need to do this to him. Why did you do this to him? It's too bad. Because now teams are looking at him like, I don't know, 3 years on the bench. You might be ruined. And he might be. I don't know.
I don't know. He's working out with Patrick Mahomes. What are you talking about? He's ready to go. He's going to break out.